epilepsy warning for flashing lights and colors.
A few days ago, we covered the unusual fairground rides you can find in Spain. But culture shock is not just limited to one location. For example, the country of China has plenty of amusement rides you just don't see very often. In many cases, these rides may seem bizarre to Western audiences, but different rides are designed for different markets. It's always interesting to learn about rides in other countries and how unorthodox they are compared to Western attractions. So for this video, we're taking a look at 10 Chinese manufactured rides that aren't talked about that often. Those new to these rides may find themselves scratching their heads at how unusual they are. And speaking of heads, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Keeps. Hair loss is something that runs in my family, so I understand how it can affect confidence and self-esteem. Thankfully, Keeps offers a reliable and effective solution. Keeps offers a variety of FDA-approved treatments, including a 2-in-1 gel that both reduces hair loss and stimulates growth for maximum effectiveness. Clinical studies indicate that Keeps treatments are up to 90% effective at combating hair loss, with potential hair growth increases of up to 35%. Moreover, they also offer a thickening shampoo and conditioner that promote healthy hair growth. Keeps provides expert hair loss care straight to the comfort of your home, eliminating the need for pharmacy visits. The best part? Keeps creates a personalized treatment plan tailored to your unique needs, crafted by licensed medical professionals. Results matter, especially for those eager to see changes quickly like my uncle. With Keeps, most customers notice a visible difference within just 6 months of treatment. Additionally, Keeps values your privacy. All treatments are discreetly delivered in non-branded packaging, and you can securely communicate with your medical provider through their portal at any time. Over the past 6 years, Keeps has helped over 1 million men tackle hair loss using science-backed ingredients. With over 5,000 5-star reviews, it's clear why Keeps is so well regarded. Thanks to Keeps for sponsoring this video and for the free product. Hair loss stops with Keeps. For a special offer to get started, go to keeps.com/themeparkcrazy or click the link in the description. That's keeps.com/themeparkcrazy. With that said, here are the 10 strangest flat rides made in China as voted on by the viewers. Number 10. The Roll and Rock, made by Zhongzhen Jinbo. A while back, we discussed the Booster by German manufacturer Huss. But what would happen if you completely nerfed the intensity and made it a more controlled experience? Well, you'd get the Roll and Rock. Listed on the manufacturer's website as a family ride for older children and adults, this attraction seats 18 people at a time in 9 2-seat gondolas. Each one can rotate 360 degrees sideways as a turntable below rotates them around the center axis. Unlike the Booster, the ride's rotations are completely controlled, making the ride intense enough for older children, but not too intense for families. Currently, this ride is priced at $80,000 on Alibaba, though the shipping price supposedly depends on your location. Number 9. The Aviation Training Device, made by Nanfang Amusement Rides. Nanfang is a well-established and well-respected manufacturer in the Chinese market, and this won't be the only time you'll see a ride from them on the list. For this ride in particular, the design is similar to the Circus Hopla ride by Italian manufacturer Moser Rides. But instead of floorless seats, passengers are strapped into a lay-down position and encased in bizarre gondolas resembling the Volare coaster vehicles by Zamperla. Why does this model keep coming up in my videos? Anyway, the Aviation Training Device lifts riders into the air, rotating them forwards and backwards on the end of a 360-degree rotating arm. Many have described this ride as quite fun despite its awkward appearance, and Nanfang appears to have hit a home run with this design. But would you get on this attraction? Let me know in the comments down below. Number 8. Battle of Shark Island by various Chinese manufacturers. This is one of only a few Chinese-built rides to open at a Western theme park, debuting at England's West Midlands Safari Park in 2009. This one in particular was made by Shenyang Chuangxi Amusement Equipment. This tame family ride sat 24 people per cycle in gondolas with water guns attached to them. The gondolas faced the center island, which housed a number of marine-themed figures. Each figure had a target for riders to shoot water at. Once hitting the target, the figures would squirt water. This interactive amusement ride was certainly creative, combining a carnival game and an amusement ride. By the way, yes, that is Oscar from the craptastic Shark Tale movie, though he actually looks less creepy on the ride. The ride at West Midland closed in 2022, but there are still more of these attractions operating around the world. And if you want to purchase one on Alibaba, you could do so for around $25,000. Number 7. The Robot Fighter by various Chinese manufacturers. This is another ride concept that has been replicated multiple times across the country. Imagine taking a standard topspin attraction and making it as compact as possible. You still have the rotating gondola, but it simply flips on one axis with no arms to lift it. To make up for the lack of arms, the design utilizes a rotating base underneath to make the experience more enjoyable. Now you might be wondering how people are able to board the gondola. Well, there's actually a retractable platform that rises to allow guests to step on board. Before the circuit begins, the platform sinks down, becoming level with the base. From a design standpoint, this is a pretty clever attraction. Its compactness allows it to be installed at a number of locations, and you could easily see this being installed at a mall or an indoor entertainment center. Just like Shark Island, this ride has also made its way to the UK, recently being installed at Northern Ireland's Jet Centre. On that note, now that I've crossed Northern Ireland off my list, I've talked about attractions from every part of the UK on this channel. Very cool. Number 6. The Happy Traveling Worm Ride by Sino Rides. At first glance, this may seem like just another pirate ship pendulum ride, a gondola on a pendulum that swings back and forth, but this attraction has a mechanism that I've never seen before on a ride like this. As the gondola swings back and forth, each row of seats raises and lowers, giving the appearance of a wiggling worm. This is actually a pretty inventive design, and I'm honestly surprised no other manufacturer has attempted it. I could easily see something like this being installed at a Planet Snoopy or a Looney Tunes section. Definitely one of the more unique family rides on the market. Number 5. Travel in the Universe, built by Sino Rides. What happens when you take a Zamperla Air Race and a Huss Troika and throw them in a blender? This flat ride is just flat out psychotic. The design consists of a rotating center structure with 3 arms sticking out. At the end of each arm is a rotating arm with a set of gondolas on one end. Each arm has 6 gondolas, and each gondola can freely barrel roll. Explaining this ride is like trying to explain some kind of bizarre quadratic equation because there's so much going on at once. According to Sino Ride's website, the ride is considered to be a family attraction, though it's mainly targeted to teenagers. Moreover, the ride itself is capable of playing music during its cycle. What song do you think would go well with this? Me personally, I'd go with some 80s synth pop like Puttin' on the Ritz by Taco, but I'd love to know what songs you'd suggest, so feel free to comment down below. Number 4. The Wandering Earth by Zhongzhen Jinbo. This attraction consists of 6 8-person gondolas that face outwards from the center axis. Each one is capable of rotating both forwards and backwards, all while being lifted and tilted by a pair of arms. It's yet another slowly rotating flat ride, though what makes this one stand out is its aesthetics. The center of this attraction consists of a giant rotating globe with astronauts and a UFO on top. The globe itself is highly detailed, featuring all 7 continents and even some topographical features. The UFO provides colorful lighting for the experience. According to Jinbo's website, this ride is customizable as well. So if you want to change the planet to say Namek or Arrakis, then you're free to do so at your own discretion. Number 3. The Fun Clown Ride, made by various manufacturers. We've previously discussed this head-scratching masterpiece in my top 15 strange rides from around the world video, but it's 100% worth mentioning again. Extremely compact and extremely strange, this ride consists of 2 separate ride experiences. On the sides of the structure, you can board one of 2 3-person mini Ferris wheels that sort of resemble fidget spinners. Remember those? But the real standout experience takes place in the middle, where up to 4 passengers at a time are slowly spun upside down. If one of your life goals is to become a supermarket rotisserie chicken, this ride certainly fulfills that desire. Right now, multiple versions of this ride can be found on Alibaba, so you can actually buy it if you have an extra $15,000 laying around. Perhaps Mr. Beast can make a video called Last to Leave the Fun Clown Ride wins $10,000 or something. Number 2. The King Kong, made by Zhengzhou Hot Fun Amusement Equipment Company Ltd. Previously, we discussed the King Kong ride made by German manufacturer Hoss. Well, hold the presses cause here comes Zhangzhou Hot Fun to spice it up a bit. Like the Hoss version, this attraction features an animatronic of King Kong that lifts and lowers passengers. However, this version has the added appeal of a spinning gondola. Some observers have said this version actually looks more entertaining than the one Hoss made. Like the Fun Clown ride, this can also be purchased on Alibaba, this time for around $100,000. Though if you buy two, you do get a bit of a discount. Aside from just China, you could find this ride at Islamabad, Pakistan's Dino Valley. Definitely another ride that has international appeal. Before the number 1 spot, here's a special honorable mention that may not be as strange as it seems. A while back, a roller coaster named Mine Train operated at a park named Foreigner Street in the city of Chongqing, China. This coaster was most notable for traversing around a rotating statue of Jesus Christ. As a result, this ride has become known as the Spinning Jesus Coaster in the internet coaster community. However, after digging into this ride a bit, it does make a bit more sense. Foreigner Street was originally intended to appeal to the local area's international communities, with attractions themed to several different countries. The Spinning Jesus statue was meant to resemble Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Still though, you have to admit that the visual of a roller coaster maneuvering around a statue of Jesus is certainly unorthodox. Maybe one day I'll give Foreigner Street its own video, because it really is an interesting subject. Number 1. The Flying Kiss by Nanfang. You may have seen this attraction in your social media feed, but its insane appearance certainly makes it worthy of the number 1 spot. In fact, it won my poll in a landslide, taking over half of the vote. This is basically a double observation tower built to resemble the cowherd and the weaver girl from Chinese folklore. Each character holds a cabin of passengers in the air and is capable of rotating. During the ride's cycle, the two characters almost appear to kiss in mid-air, hence the name of the ride. All while guests above get an astounding view of the surrounding landscape. This may be one of the most scenic views you could get on an observation tower. Although this ride certainly isn't for the acrophobics out there, from a design and location standpoint, it's an undeniably stunning piece of work. So which of these rides interested you the most? Are there any I missed? Feel free to comment down below. Now it's time for the comment shoutout program. This is where I shout out 5 random comments from my previous scripted video and read them out. These comments come from my video on extinct roller coasters you've never heard of. Flashback0798 says, thinking about it, I'm having a hard time calling Backety Back a shuttle coaster. It never really traverses the same sections of track in both directions. The reversing section reminds me more of Ultra Twister, which is not considered to be a shuttle coaster. Colaholiker says, finally, an American coaster YouTuber who doesn't pronounce volare like volare, but much closer to the Italian pronunciation. Well, I am a quarter Italian on my dad's side. Patrick35312 says, wow, the Russian Mountains coaster also had 2 switch tracks, so you could ride it with and without the looping. Also, it had no upstop wheels, just some metal enclosure, which is also very unique for a coaster with inversions. Great video, by the way. Navy Plumber Boy 8274 says, I need to get out to Busch Gardens here in Virginia. They give active duty free tickets for 2 people once every year, but I'm sleeping on it. Thanks for the reminder. Thank you very much for your service, Navy Plumber. And the official Smudgy says, nice to know I'm not the only one who mindlessly browses RCDB.
If you want to see your words in my next video, leave a comment down below and it may be selected. Please note though that inflammatory or spam comments will not be read. Thank you all so much, and if you want to support me on Patreon, you can do so once again at the link in the description. Thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on social media on Instagram and Facebook, or you can check out my website at themeparkcrazy.com.
And I'm on TikTok.
This is Theme Park Crazy, and I'll see you all next time.